Hi, and welcome to the Bible Tribe with Seeing Deep Ministries, where we see deep in a shallow world and overcome the battles of the mind with the Word of God. When we long for something so much, we can lose hope that we will ever see our hope come to fruition. But God knows. And when we cry out to Him to fulfill our hope, more than trying to fulfill it on our own, we will not be let down. We're reading today from 1 Samuel chapters 1 through 5, and the verse of the day is 1 Samuel 1 verse 16. Do not go on boasting so very proudly. Do not let arrogance come out of your mouth. For the Lord is a God of knowledge, and with Him actions are weighed. In context, Hannah longed to have a son. A rival wife of her husband Elkanah taunted her with the fact that Hannah was barren. But Hannah knew where to go in her suffering. She poured out her heart to God. Have you ever hurt because of something you desperately wanted? We've seen what happens when people take matters into their own hands, right? Sarah created a monster when she tried to take over God's plans. The descendants of Hagar and the descendants of Sarah are still at odds today. What a mess. Waiting on God will require patience and trusting that Father knows best. In Hannah's case, God provided and gave her her heart's desire. And look at her response. She dedicated her son to God as she had promised, and she praised God with all her being in a beautiful prayer that we see here in chapter 2. Hannah's hope was that God sees. He knew everything. God sees and knows your situation too, friend. When others boast or mistreat us, God cares. He knows all about it. For the Lord is a God of knowledge, and with Him actions are weighed. It's one thing to long for something and another thing for someone to rub it in that we don't have what they do. Trust God that He's your defender. He weighs how people treat one another, and He will move on our behalf. And while we wait, God is doing a work in our heart too. The first key word that I picked is the Hebrew word for Lord, Yehovah. It means the self-existing one, the proper name of the one true God. The second key word I picked is the Hebrew word for God, El. It means God, the one true God, Yehovah, mighty. The self-existing God needs no one. He's the only God, and He is all-powerful and able to help us even with our small and big troubles. Thought of the day: you may fool others, but you can't fool God. Application: what a comfort it is that God has our back. We can let go of worrying about people talking about us. They will reap what they sow. Go with God and His precious word, friends. Tune in tomorrow as we head back into the book of Isaiah.